it's hard to imagine that, just when you listen to a team and like, okay, we're 8-0, we're 12-0, 14-0. If you can win 20 games, you've won a season. So looking at Bob Hohne winning 500 games with the Old Rochester girls,
that is a lot.
That is a lot of games, and I know he's been over 30 years now. He's been the head coach, right? Is this his 30th season?
Yeah, but I mean, his average season is about 16-4,
Yeah.
and that's over. I mean, you're talking about how many different classes of kids. I mean, that's 8, 9 different classes of kids and
generations too.
Yeah, it's really incredible. I spent the day with him last weekend, and I don't know. It was just I went to Old Rochester. He was my English teacher too, and he was super intense English teacher. Also, kind of the same way that he's just he's a really interesting guy who probably could have been a college basketball coach somewhere had he chosen to go that route. As a lot of the coaches could. I mean, if you can coach, you can coach. It's just, are you willing to? A lot of high school coaches, and they say, well, you know what? I need a life.
Yeah,
I'm not going to chase this coaching thing. They're more.
And many of them love teaching as much as they do coaching.
Right, and I think they're more rooted to, okay, I'm going to stay. I'm going to build roots in the community, and you look at a lot of the coaches; they've been there for years and years and years. We just saw Steve Gaspar win his 300th game, and it's nice. But it was Old Rochester, and as he wins his 500th game, I mean, this team is definitely one of his 5 best, probably. And
he's had, 12 South Coast Conference championships?
Yep. 12 SEC championships.
To say that this is such a good team compared with those.
It's really good. They've got, because they have height. They have a lot of good guards. They play the good defense, and they really are. They are amazingly well schooled in the game of basketball. They seem to just be a little step ahead of the game, and no matter even if the other team kind of knows what they're going to do, it's tough to beat them. So.
Well, I know they added a player this year, Kelsey Johnson. She
Yeah.
transferred in from Apponequet, and I saw them about a week and a half ago against Fairhaven, and I mean she really can change the course of a game. She's quick. She feeds well into their defense when they play the pressure defense. She had a couple of steals right at the top of the key and went in for a layup.
Yep.
I mean, she's really a great addition to that team. I know Hohne said to me that the one thing that they're probably lacking is physical play. Somebody that's underneath the basket that can bang around and get some rebounds.
Yeah.
That's the big thing that they're kind of missing on this team. I mean, Sarah Cucci, she's a big size player.
But she's more of a perimeter player.
Yeah, finesse, and she's got a great shot. And then they have Michelle Franklin, who's just a great, captain on the team.
Yep.
And she hit some clutch free throws in the game that I went to down the stretch. But I mean, they're pretty solid all around. It's just that physical play. And sometimes when you get to the tournament, that's.
Well, the thing is that's always kind of been the problem for Old Rochester is that they have been, a team that is great in the regular season but has had some struggles. It's almost that they always overachieve, and then when they get into the postseason, where all of a sudden they're playing teams that are probably almost always more talented than they are, they run up into that. So he's only won 1 state title. In fact, only has won 1 South title in all that time. It's almost he would have been the kind of the Dan Marino of coaches, but he won that one big one in '98.
Well,
so
I know he told me that he's shown film from that championship year to the kids this year, and a lot of that film was defensive, and they kind of bought into that. And I mean, that's the focus that he said pretty much this year is just defense. Let's have that lead into our offense. Like I think he said they have 2 or 3 plays in the half court set that they actually run, because they get a lot of fast breaks because of their defense.
I talked to Bob last week, and I asked him about Kelsey Johnson, and I said, is that what's made your offense so effective is being able to add her into the guard? And he said, it's not really so much that we added her as much as it is all these girls are buying into what they're doing offensively, so they're not worried about their own shot. They are getting points in transition, and it hasn't taken them as long as he thought it might for them to buy into that. So that's key for you can see what happens with a pro team when they start buying into that philosophy and those baskets come easy. You can start scoring, a high amount of points, and they've been doing that. They've been scoring higher than I'm usually used to seeing them score.
Yeah, he said they're up 20 points from last year. So,